Good afternoon, everybody. What's going on? You got the cute little puppies are downstairs. Oh my god, they're so cute. I'd love to have a little yard for Addison. Talking low. I'm short of breath. I actually canceled my power hour today just because I can't really talk for a long period of time. Let's see how that works out now. It's a little bit better now, though. I actually used my mom's inhaler because I really felt like I was drowning. Like I was like right at the top of my lungs. So I got to be really careful. But I just sat down and watched the Daily Ray, and he talks about asking better questions. And I felt like I had a unique perspective on this because I totally get it. You know what I'm saying? Let me invite some folks, see if I get some people on. Excuse me, I am going to cough, which is good because I want to get the lead out, whatever the heck. Really need to get back into vaping for sure. Just gonna invite the folks that are here. You know, guys that are on the team, I'm sorry about canceling the power hour, but like I said, I just couldn't do it. It was still too early. I woke up about 10:30 and I was still really, by the time 12 came, I really still couldn't talk much. Sat outside here and got some fresh air. Thank goodness for clean living in Vermont. And I drew a picture while I drank my coffee rather than defiling my lungs. And that was pretty cool because I'll show you what I drew. Gotta watch out for these fake ladybugs. They bite. They're everywhere. Oh my gosh. I'm just inviting everybody. Oh my gosh, this group has grown. Holy, it used to be done inviting people by now. Wow. Okay, I'm done inviting people. Okay, sorry about that. Like I said, so this is what I drew. This is where I sit, just like this in the morning. Okay, when I usually do my daily ray out here. And this is the view that I have. So I drew the neighbor's house because I think it's so incredibly beautiful. Yeah, it needs some paint and love, but man, it's a really great house. And so I drew that view that you're seeing right now. And it came out pretty cool. I made the tree a little fuller because last year at this time the tree was full. What's up, Jessica? So yeah, let me get to the point. I wasn't talking to anybody. Stella just went off to the birthday party, and I decided to sit down in my daily ray, and he was talking about asking better questions, and now I can totally relate to this because, we'll see, I was talking too fast. I do, in my team, there are people that have different speed. I have different speed than other leaders, and other leaders have different speed than this leader or that leader, and we all have, different things. Some of us are more skilled at the conversation, and some of us have more of a circle of influence, and so forth and so on. And I often get questions like, well, how come this person's growing so fast? Or how come, what is it they're doing? Or how are they bringing all these people in? And all that fun stuff. And sometimes they not only do they want to compare themselves, they want to compare me. Like, well, you're awesome, so why aren't you doing it that fast? And I always get like, let me tell you something. When you are talking to people and you're doing your thing and you're providing value, and you've been doing it a little while, you're facing so much more. What the difference I see with the people that move a little faster and the people that don't, or the people that aren't moving at all, even though they're attempting to do some of the work, is that a lot of times people just aren't willing to be disappointed that much. So if you want great results and good feelings about what you're doing and the paycheck to show it, you've got to allow yourself to be more disappointed than the next guy. Because when April goes out there and rocks it, when Jessica goes out there and rocks it, when Kim goes out there and rocks it, I'm telling you right now from personal conversations I have with the people that are producing huge numbers in the group, they deal with more disappointment every day than anybody else. And that's why they're doing so well. So when Ray's subject line was ask better questions. So I want to give you some examples of what he was talking about because, man, it just hit home. When you want to ask how come someone else or why is it they're doing that, um, you might want to see the ladybugs. These aren't real ladybugs. That guy gets on my hair, on my arms, it's gonna bite me. They're everywhere. Um, Instead of saying how come they're doing so good and having that kind of attitude in your, your feeling when you're thinking it, even when you're thinking it, you could say something like, how could I be the kind of person that brings in more people? What is it I can do? And I'm telling you what it is. You have to be able to handle a lot more disappointment. I'm talking sometimes you cry. You hear so many no's, you don't know if the next one, if it's even worth going to the next message or the next phone call. How can I become the kind of person that can handle that so that I can produce the kind of results I want to in my business? And another really great question that I had actually learned from Mark Hoverson, and Ray brought it up and brought it back to light, is how can I earn in a month what I make in a year? What I currently make in a year. How can I earn in a month what I currently make in a year? If you're facing any kind of opposition in your business or any kind of challenges, not necessarily opposition, just challenges, because it's all challenging. If you keep asking yourself that question and you make that part of your affirmations, or that would actually be an affirmation, plug into that, because your brain will actually look for ways to make that happen. It will actually look for ways to make that happen. So when Ray started saying that statement to himself, it was back in 2009. Now that makes you feel like 100 years ago, but it's not. It literally just happened. It literally, crazy, right? It's almost 2018, but it really almost just happened. He started asking himself that question. And recently he was approached by someone to do a speaking gig that was going to take a weekend away. Now that he has little bear, Sabrina, if you haven't met her, she's cute. He wants to be home more. And, traveling all over the place to do speaking gigs has got to be worth it in the long run to be away from Little Bear in a monetary way so that he can make the future even better. And so somebody asked him, and he was like, well, and he thought about it, and he was like, well, this is what, they said, well, what would it cost? What's the number then that would have you get away from the house for a weekend to come speak for us? And he said, well, why don't I pick a number that is what I made for the year back in 2009? And so he did. And he got it. No problem. They were like, cool, let's do it. So I know it's 8 years later or 7 years later. Something like, no, it's 8 years. His life has designed itself so that he can be the kind of person that can command a yearly salary for 2 days worth of work or 2 days worth of travel time. The actual work will only be about an hour, maybe two. So when you think about it that way, and you start to behave in the way that gets yourself in the position to be the person that makes in a month what you used to make in a year, you've got to start having your brain work for you and help you out, because sometimes you get stressed out. Excuse me. Sometimes you don't feel good. You can't do a power hour. So what does it do? What do? You keep going forward. You keep going forward. And your body and your mind starts getting in alignment and starts offering you ways in which to help you solve that issue and that question. And eventually, and if you've got the guts and the heart to do it, you're going to have that. You're going to have what it is you want. So instead of asking how come somebody else, start asking how you can be the person that can. And, those things are really, Ray Higdon went from 2009 to now with a lot of disappointment. Last year was a major upset for him, and who knew? Because it was one of his best years. And he talks about it now. He talks about how, there was a major leader in the industry that was they had called a meeting with all the other major leaders, like people like Eric Worre, and, oh my God, Falcone, and, Sly, and these big deal people in the industry, and got them together and started saying that Ray is stealing our people and that he's being unethical. And that's not Ray. And you know that, right? I mean, come on. because what was happening is he was still working his network marketing business, but yet he was doing coaching on the side and showing, and doing company coachings at events and whatnot. And they wanted to just take him down. So, who knows how much Ray cried about it. I'm sure it was pretty intense. I would have been mortified, because there's nothing worse than having your integrity questioned, especially when you act in integrity. And he what he decided to do, he's like, you know what, my passion is really helping people all across the board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell my position at my company, and I'm going to be gone, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to prove to them, prove to them that you can't question my integrity because I'm straight. And so he went on and he started developing his coaching even more, and now he's even gone further than that, and he's created a community that people can go to from any company, feel safe in, and get even more one-on-one basically with him. I mean, when somebody comes into a group of his caliber, excuse me, and teaches, and there's no agenda. There's no agenda. He never does that. So if you want to work directly with me, go over here, none of that. And he also doesn't allow an affiliate payment on that. So if you were to bring your own team in there, you're always in compliance. You can't, nobody could give any problems to you. And you can't have any problems. You can't ever feel, it's just the most amazing thing. And out of diversity of that one person trying to ruin him, where he was getting phone calls from people like Todd Falcone, like, what the fuck are you up to, Ray? And Eric Rory's like, you better squash this, When you get phone calls from people like that, telling you that it's on, that somebody's coming for you, what do? How do you adjust? Now, I can tell you what, most people would crumble under the pressure of that hate. Most people would just let it go. And the reason why Ray Higdon is so successful, and the reason why April is so successful, and the reason why Jessica is so successful, and the reason why, Kim is so successful, and some of you are so successful, is because you're able to handle the disappointment to such a manner that most people can't. They crumble. They crumble. And, you've got to get a thicker skin. So how can I get a thicker skin? Well, the only way, how you get a callus on the bottom of your feet when the spring comes and you want to walk barefoot all summer? And the whole winter your feet have been in socks and you've been moisturizing them, and you've been having them in boots and they haven't touched anything that's natural. And even in the house you have slippers on. And then here comes spring and you want to walk in the grass with your bare feet. You want to be able to walk down the street. Guess what? The only way to get those calluses is to start walking barefoot and getting them. Friction causes strength. So when you really embrace the ability to allow disappointment in your life, you embrace the joy that you're getting. Way more. There is just no way around it. I posted an actual Bible quote yesterday. I was just like, oh, somebody had said it, and I was like, it was something. Yeah, it was on some weird binge watching Netflix thing in the middle of the night that I was watching, and it was, don't be weary about it. Just keep doing the good work, and you will be rewarded. You will reap what you are sowing. And so, with that being said, the weak faint. Those that are never going to make it faint. Those that are scared to death all the time, and they move right through it, and they wipe away the tears, and they keep on messaging, and they keep on talking, and they deal with the disappointment, and they reach out to the people that they know is going to put them back on their feet. And, those are the people that make big impacts in the world. And so you've got to decide for yourself. Maybe this is a good position, be squatted like this. I feel like I'm breathing better. It's weird. Maybe you have to decide for yourself what it is you really want. Do you want to be comfortable? Do you want to worry about, the next raise? Do you want to worry about how much time you're spending away from your family to go to work? Do you want to worry about, how you're going to be able to pay for your kids' first car, or help them go to prom, or, those are real simple things that we should all be able to do without much thinking. Or what about college? Are you going to be there to help financially support them for college, so that they're not strapped in debt when they leave school? What is it that that you really want? Is it okay for you to have that because you don't want to be disappointed from an ego level? Or are you prepared to take on your ego and crush it in the face and ask yourself better questions and get the shit done? Those are some major things, you know. I tell you, I think somebody did one of those questionnaires on Facebook, you know, where you fill in your answers and it said, when's the last time you cried? Usually my answer is like, you know, within the last 24 hours. You know, you get one of those things. You have that, and it's okay. How do you deal with it? You know, I don't come on Facebook crying. I don't stop my messaging. I don't stop talking to people. I don't stop trying to make an impact on the world because I feel sad because somebody disappointed me. So the question that I'm asking you is, who are you? Where are you going? What kind of person do you want to be? And what is it that you want to achieve in your life? And are you willing to pay the price? Because ain't nothing free. It costs something all the time. And a lot of times success comes in the form of blood, sweat, and tears. So you've got to be prepared for that. Go get your summer feet on and get out there and walk barefoot and build those calluses and make it happen. Because this is the only shot that we know of that you get. We don't know if there's more. We don't know if we come right back. We don't know if we can come right back. This is the master class. And this is your opportunity to do the thing that's right for you. And if you can handle some disappointment, embrace that disappointment, and keep moving through that disappointment, and face your fears, you will have results like April. You will have results like Ray. You'll have results like Jessica. You'll have results like Kim. You'll have results that you wish that you had if you just stop saying, how come? And start saying, how can I? So, with that being said, I'm out of here. I love you all very, very much. And I'll see you on the other side. Bye, guys. Sorry about that. I was getting a call. Didn't know.